The Gulf of Tonkin incident never happened. Well, 58,000 of my generation died over something that was a lie.
And I didn't touch that. That's not where I was going.
This one's a lie, too.
Ah, come on. Well, that exchange took place after my interview with Jesse Ventura. That was just a preview. Now, here's the entire interview with the shy guy, the retiring former wrestler, former governor, actor, and television host, Mr. Jesse the Body Ventura. Governor, thanks for joining us. Governor, actor, you've done a lot of things.
Yeah.
Navy SEAL, I guess, is that right?
Yeah.
But right now you're investigating conspiracy. We do a show about conspiracy. We do a show about corruption. And you're doing a show about the similar things, but you want to touch on water. What's going on with water? Why should we worry about it?
We should have a great worry about it because water, as the Native American chief that turned me on to this and my show said to me, he looked me in the eye and he said, Governor, remember this. As strange as it may seem, we can live without oil. We cannot live without water. And what's happening is many people like to see the private sector take over our government. Well, in 64 water districts now, corporations have been turned over to take care of your water. Well, the minute a corporation takes something over, it becomes a for-profit business, a bottom-line business. I don't necessarily believe water survival should be that. And what's happening in that Lake Mead out in Las Vegas, it's down 125 feet. Within the decade, Las Vegas is going to have no water because it's going to go below their piping system.
Right, but what's the conspiracy there? I mean, that's just use, right?
Well, the conspiracy that takes you up to Wisconsin or to Michigan to where it is illegal to take water from the Great Lakes. Well, the great Nestle Corporation, which is your largest food conglomerate of the world, found a way around it. You grease the local politicians, you buy a small plot of land on a tributary into the Great Lakes, and you sink a well that will pump 400,000 gallons a day out. They have a place up there that's 3 times the size of the Metrodome in Minnesota, nearly 1 million square feet. And they sell water to you and I, what they get out of the ground for free. Right. It costs them nothing. And this water, 50% of the bottled water comes right out of the tap. It's a big fraud. And they're simply bottling water up that you and I should be able to drink and selling it to us at a price that's higher than a gallon of gas.
I'll up that one more. The Chinese are drilling for our oil through Cuba, off the Cuban coast, and guess how close Cuba is to the United States? 90 miles. They're actually accessing some of our oil through Cuba. That could be another show for you.
Well, a good thing on that, the original Iraq War, the Gulf War, when, Iraq invaded Kuwait.
They lined the troops on the Kuwaiti border, right?
Yeah, well, the reason they invaded is because we were angle drilling. We were drilling down underneath Iraqi land, stealing their oil.
that sounds like,
so I guess one good term deserves another. We've done it.
Let's talk about another one.
Corporations becomes our enemy. Remember that. Take Cuba and China. We love China because China welcomes our corporations. They're communist. Cuba's communist. We hate them because they don't accept our corporations. Remember, that's who our military fights for.
Do me a favor. When and where can we find the show?
It'll be Friday night, starts tomorrow night. The first one's just down the road, Plum Island.
And I'm going to catch us on water, right, sir?
True TV, 10 o'clock at night.
Great to have you. You join us again.
You know what? We can shake hands, we can differ, and we'll battle, but remember, study it first.
And
study it. No, you haven't.
Don't give me that. I'll take that. I'll take the handshake. Don't tell me I don't know about 9/11. That's one thing.
You haven't studied.
All right, sir. Listen, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.